This is where I store my jars that are done, and then as they're emptied, I put the empties over here. I've got this entire cabinet here that is full of jars. I've got, like, I mean, that's every single cabinet in here. And at one point in time, just about every single one of them, I think, but like 19 had something in it. I've got, I mean, just basically just all, you know, through all that. Some of them are even down here actually stacked on top of each other, which is okay when they're not in use. But, you know, you gotta watch for that kind of stuff right there. But yeah, got a lot of jars. That is definitely thanks to my my grandma and my aunt, and just people who have like given me boxes for my birthday or whatever. But the majority of them did come from my grandma. And then my grandma had a friend who was getting rid of her stuff that gave me quite a few of them too. So that has helped me out a lot as far as like expense that I've had involved in canning. But this right here is just, I mean, I store them like over here when they're done, and I just take the, when I'm going to can, I just take the jars from here, and I just move my supplies over and just kind of fill as I go. That right there is deer meat. That is chicken. That's lard, but that's not something that I canned. That is green beans, pickled beets, and tomato juice. This right there on the corner, the small one, is beef broth. Those are greens. Those are bread and butter pickles. Those are kosher dill pickles. Those are just regular dill pickles. And all of those in there are canned blackberries. And then to show you the difference on what a canned jar looks like and how to know if it's sealed or not. This is one that's sealed. I store mine without the rings on them, because if not, your jars can rust and the rings can rust. And if you store it with a ring on it, then it can actually seal back to itself if it was to come undone, like if you were to bang the jars or whatever, and then you don't, you know, you think that you have a fine jar and it's not. But typically you can tell if it's not good or not by smell, and the way that it looks. It'll look cloudy, or it'll have something growing in it. It's pretty nasty. It's pretty easy to tell when a jar is not properly sealed and it's got some kind of stuff in it that you don't want to eat. But this right here, you can push on the top and it doesn't make a sound other than your finger beating on it. This one, I just put a lid and a ring on here just for showing you purposes. It makes a sound and you can see it visually move. So if you have a jar like this that does this, don't eat it. You want to throw it away. It's not good. Throw it away, wash your jar, use it for next year. But only exception to that rule is that if you've just canned it and it's sitting out, and all of them have sealed except for one. If it's just been sitting out overnight for the 24 hours it takes for them to cool, then, you know, go ahead and eat that within the next, like for that night for dinner, or put it in the fridge for a couple days and eat it. If it's been over that, you definitely don't want to eat it, because you can get really sick off of that kind of stuff. But that's just kind of showing you guys some of the stuff that I've done. I didn't can it all last year because I was pregnant and I had a C-section, and that was not a good combination. So all of this is from 2014, 2015 that I've done. Well, not 2015, sorry. 2014, 2013. And then when I add new to it, I will just put those in the front, and then I'll put the new one from the back. That way I use these first. That way it's just kind of keeping the cycle going.